Hello, everybody. Again, this is Dr. Deborah. I said I would talk about AI and social media and how it is an indication, how they are an indication that, implications that we need to learn how to love. Think about it. When you call for customer service and machine is talking to you, human voice, but inflections and real live connection is not there because you can tell that it's a machine talking, and nothing more off-putting than that. It's mm. So that's the first thing comes to my mind is when you want to talk to a person and you want to have a back and forth, a real live, in the moment, nuanced conversation. um, that's what you want. You don't want to hear a machine giving you the options or trying to give back to you what you have given it to them so that it can tell you what you want to know. That's not what you want. So that's my very first thing, concern. My other concern is that the real concern here is that AI and social media is coming between you and another human being. It's coming between us. It's disrupting the connection that we ordinarily will have. Think going back to the customer service thing. Think thing. Think about when you call someone and you get to express to them exactly what has happened, what is going wrong, and then a real good customer service person will almost sound like a friend. They would say, yes, Miss So and so, yes, I understand, but this is why we do it this way, and this is what you have to do. I tell you what you can do, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's a real conversation. And when you get off, you thank them, you call, you find out what their name is, you do you give them a high rating because of the interaction you just had, the connection you just made. That makes that point for me. Now, just think about in your personal life. I think I still am just now really getting comfortable. I know what social media can do for you, and it has done for so many people. It's made regular people like me rich, regular people like me famous. It's great. It's great in that regard. But when you're talking about, aside from the capitalistic aspect of it, how is it really bringing us together? It's something that humans need, human touch and human connection. I'd say love, radical acceptance is staying connected to something that you have high regard for. Connection is important. So I'm trying to figure out how we are going to stay connected when we will say things in a text that you won't say to the person in person. You would text somebody something they have that with no regard for the fact that you should have picked up the phone and called or made an appointment so that you can talk to them. I remember when all the social media things started to happen and everybody wants to friend and they want to get their friends up. All of this subscriptions and shares and stuff has nothing to do with real human interaction. It has to do with capitalism. It has to do with making money. But my struggle with the whole friend thing is, you are not my friend. I don't even know you. And I guess my thing is, friendship is more than just somebody who says that they know you or they liked your page or they liked the picture that you posted or the baby that you did something funny. It's just deeper than that for me. So call me old because I am. But I think there's something to be said for the human touch, the actual connection you make with people when you talk to them. Being able to say something to someone, look them in the eye as best you can, because some stuff is hard to say, I get it. But as best you can, you look them in the eye and you say, I love you, instead of doing this, or sending some heart or a picture of you looking like a cartoon saying you love them with the hearts everywhere. What happened to just saying I love you? What happened to just picking up the phone and saying, I was just thinking about you? and I just wonder how you doing, and I love you, or I need to talk. It's coming between us. And the last thing we need is disconnect, because we're disconnected enough as it is with all the isms we have. I talked about that before, but all of the things that all the disruptions in our lives and with other people. Communication, we always saying that's so important, and it is. So imagine now you taking the non-human way to communicate something important to somebody that is supposed to be important to you. Balance is all I'm asking. It's all I'm suggesting, I should say, because you're going to do what you want to do until it blows up, which is what we usually do. We wait till something goes really, really bad, and then all of a sudden we try to work on it. And I'm suggesting, if you love me, you work on that until before we have this cyber war, somebody thinking that's going to happen, and it might, I don't know. But can we think ahead a little bit? That's kind of what, people do in the moment. And of course, a lot of things has happened through history where people realized after it was too late that they could have done something else. But I'm not the only one that's saying we need to get a little bit more balance where this stuff is concerned. Because after a while, like I said, just like with everything else, we're going to have to just imagine what it's like to get a real hug or to hear somebody's real voice when you try to do business. I don't know where we think all this is going, but it doesn't feel good to me. So I guess this is for those of you who are listening to me and who have relationships that you value and that you want to stay connected to, even if you have to force people to do it because they think it's so much cooler to just text or whatever else people are doing to keep from talking to people. Even teletherapy, same thing. It's not the same. I don't care how good you are, and I think I'm good, as sitting in front of someone, watching their body language. It could be something they're doing with their hands, and you can't see their hands. Something they're doing with their foot, and you can't see their feet. It's just nothing like the real thing. How about that, old school people? It's nothing like it. And I can do some good work with you in New York if I'm licensed in New York, and I'm in Dallas, Texas, or Fort Lauderdale, or Austin, or wherever I am. That might be possible, and it might work. And then that's the other thing. If it works, is this stuff gonna take the place of being in front of someone and looking them in their eyes, or watch them look down, or wondering what the person sitting next to them is? All of that makes this work. It's not just what you say, it's what you do and what's going on with your body. So, balance. If you have to do it, yes. But if you can go in and sit down in front of somebody, then do that. And I know that's hard to do when you got to talk to somebody right now, or the office is closed with the bank or with City Hall or wherever you need to see someone. But as much as you can, let's not make this our new normal, because the new normal is abnormal for human beings. And if we become the kind of human beings that don't need it, I can't imagine what kind of world that's going to be, because it's hard enough already. But anyway, until the next time, just balance. I offered that before, I offered again. If you just have to do it online, then if you just have to text it, but don't make that your normal, because the disconnect is just going to get bigger and bigger. And I can't imagine us being human beings and needing that. I can't imagine it being ever a normality that truly works for flesh and blood people. Until the next time. How you loving? And stay connected.